Hey, how's it going? Got a simple recipe for you today. Well, fairly simple. Techniques are there for the learning. So today's dish is going to be I've got some black cod, and I'm going to make a spicy tomato sauce with it. It'll be pretty good. First, let's get started with the sauce that I clean up just a bit. Sauce is very simple. All you need is a saute pan, heat on, just a touch of olive oil, well, a couple tablespoons of olive oil. I'm going to start off with some onions. Get them nice and sauteed off. And while we're doing that, I've got some cumin seed. It's about a teaspoon. We'll get some flavor out of those guys. Now, one of the things you'll also notice is that I'm using canned tomatoes. I don't mind canned tomatoes at all. The reason why is because usually they're canned riper than tomatoes you can buy. So we'll get those softening up just a bit. While that's happening, I'm going to adjust the camera a bit. Okay, there we go. The cumin seeds are starting to get fragrant, which is what we want. The onions are softening. We also want that. So one of the things I want to talk to you about today is substitution. Why did I use red onions? Because that's what I had. It's going to be the topic of the day. Why did I use whole canned tomatoes? Because that's what I had. If you wanted to use crushed on this, fine. If you want to use diced on this, that's also good. So next thing I'm going to do, throw in, this is about 2 cloves of garlic sliced up. Let them go. The other thing, and this is where we're going to get the spice from, I've got a couple of Arbol Chilies. Again, use what you can get. And also think about this with chilies. There needs to be balance. Think about using a spicy one and a not so spicy one. So that way you get the flavor of the chilies, but not necessarily the heat. I want a little bit of both. So we got these 2 arbols going in there. Said, pretty ones. And I'm also going to throw in my favorite, ancho. Now, of course, the arbol is going to give heat. The ancho is going to give flavor. Since we're getting some flavor in there now, let's get a little bit more. I've got some salt, pepper. We may come back and add more of that. Now, another thing you probably noticed I did is I strained out the tomatoes. Not that I'm not going to use the juice. I am. I'm going to use the juice now. And I want that to reduce. Turn up my heat, let it reduce a bit. Okay, this is what we're looking for. Notice how when I scrape it, it takes a bit for it to recover or to cover the pan again. That's about what we're looking for. Now to go in with our next ingredient. I've got some white wine. You know my affinity for these little bottles. That's about a half a cup. And we'll let that reduce also. Okay, the wine is cooked down. We're right where we want to be. Let's add our tomatoes in. These are canned plums, whole ones. And we'll bring these up. They don't have to cook very long because we've got a nice consistency that I want. Good, that's looking good. Now let's think about an herbal component. Oregano would be perfect in this. Fresh oregano, that is. Unfortunately, I don't have any growing this year. And the stuff I had last year is, well, it didn't survive the winter. And the store didn't have any. So I went out to my garden and I found that my parsley looked great. So we'll throw the parsley in. There we go. Sauce is pretty much done. Okay, let's get on to the second component of this dish, and that's the cod. Beautiful black cod, also known as sablefish. I'm just going to saute it off. So we'll get our pan going. Get some olive oil in there. And while I'm doing that, letting that come up to temp, I'm going to season this with a little bit of salt and pepper. Yes, I just seasoned one side for now. This sauce will go great with just about any firm-fleshed whitefish, like our black cod here. I mean, I could also even see this off of the grill with, say, a swordfish or something, very similar to that. There we go. We got a nice temperature there. Let's get our fish down. And now we'll season this side. Salt and pepper. Okay, that looks pretty good. I usually like to go a little bit darker, but that'll be fine for now. Now that I've flipped it, I'm going to throw it in the oven and let it finish there. While the fish is finishing off, let's give this a taste. Nice and spicy. Almost too spicy, but good, good. Could use a touch more salt though. And a little more pepper. Now to temper the sauce a little bit, I'm going to add a little bit of honey. And just a touch of butter too. A little butter never hurt anybody. Okay, so the fish is done. Let's plate this up. How do you know when the fish is done? When the oven mitt comes off. Okay, let's just spoon a little bit of this sauce over top of it. There we go. We got a black cod with a spicy tomato sauce. A very simple recipe, very easy to make. What could you add into this? Maybe some chopped olives. I'm going to throw a few leaves of parsley just for garnish here. So again, all the ingredients down there in the description. While you're down there, hit like, subscribe. You know, check out my email address, send me an email. That'll work. Also, leave a comment. Okay. Yeah, just smash all those buttons down there. I'll talk to you later.